So who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm Dean Haglund. How are you?
Hey, thanks for coming out.
My pleasure.
Where do you usually hang out at?
I'm usually Los Angeles,
wow.
but I had to come up here to meet some other people and do some stand-up comedy, which is my evening job, as it were.
Yep.
But
So you're a stand-up comic?
I'm a stand-up comic. That's how I got into acting.
Oh shit.
What?
Now I'm gonna have to be funny.
No. Don't feel obligated at all. Swear to God, I could keep the two separate.
I've never had a comic on the Scuffle Show before.
Is that right?
No. Some people think they're funny. But
That's unfortunate. No, I was with a theater sports group that had Ryan Stiles and Colin Mockery from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
And you saw that Karl Rove disaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy on the left. Whoopa whoopa.
Okay.
And I know Brad as well. But.
Very cool.
So yes, do improv comedy and an actor. I was on the X-Files for 9 seasons. And then we had our own. But I had the long hair and the glasses, and I looked like Garth from Wayne's World. Thank you, everyone who sent out a little button and said I'm not Garth.
No.
It was very kind of them.
Very cool.
I never wear it, though. And then
So what do you do in tech? Because I noticed you carry around a Mac. And
I carry my Mac, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I invented something.
what did you invent?
I invented a chill pack.
A
The
chill
laptop cooling system goes in the freezer, goes under the laptop, draws the heat away from the CPU,
So you don't burn your legs.
so you don't burn your legs, the whole thing.
Or other things.
Or perhaps you read the New England Medical Journal. They had that report
Yep.
that affects the things. It's I just won a silver medal at the International Inventors Expo in Geneva, Switzerland last year.
Excellent.
And that goes in the freezer, and then that's a condensation-proof sleeve, so no moisture develops. Insulated on the bottom, so you don't freeze.
Very
or
cool.
burn.
So
Yeah.
why did you invent this?
Well, okay, it's a weird story.
Are you that guy in the medical journal?
I'm not that guy, nor am I suing Apple for any of the other injuries that all those fellows are doing. No, I got invited up to Apple at the, those big hangars off the 101.
Yep.
They had a big party there for the launch of OS 10.
Yeah.
Right? X-Files. They brought all the X-Files cast. It was a big party. I get drunk with all the engineers from Apple, and they tell me everything that's wrong with the lovely little, computers, right?
Yeah.
And all of them. They say all the computers now, they make them so thin and so fast that they just almost melt the actual keyboard and containment that it is. So they gave me a titanium G4, a lovely gift,
Yeah.
very nice. And they said, oh, you're going to love it, but it's, it's hot, this is crazy. We make the bottom titanium to act as a heat sink for the CPU. And I go home, I'm watching a movie, but an hour in, movie starts playing, just locks up. And at the same time, I had a knee injury, and I had one of those blue gel packs on my knee.
Yeah.
And I take the laptop and I move it to my knee to start doing something else, and the movie starts playing again. Eureka, Watson, come here, I need you. It was one of those moments, because my major was theater, but my minor was physics and exothermodynamics. So of course, it was a direct application of cold, removing the heat from the processor, speeding it up, allowing your movies to play. And it also lengthens the life of your hard drive, according to the engineers, that the heat actually warps the hard drive so that it doesn't get at the information as fast.
Interesting.
And then my wife was a nurse, and she said in the medical industry, they make a material that allows heat to transfer, no moisture to develop, patent the whole thing, call it a chill pack. When it's over in Geneva, now it sells around the world. Isn't that weird?
It's fun.
I know, it's such a great story.
I just love talking to entrepreneurs and how they get their ideas.
Yeah, and then the joy of, I played a computer nerd, so I get to be my own celebrity spokesperson.
Ah.
See, yeah, I don't know if you can see. That's on the, do I have a better?
I don't have a camera guy, so I'm assuming that autofocus.
Yeah. This is how nerdy I am. Look at this. It's on my own credit card.
Oh boy.
You
Well,
can
don't
show that.
There's lots of geeks who are going to.
There you go.
There's lots of geeks who are going to Amazon right now. Spending your money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So simple idea. How much does it cost?
They're selling right now in $19.95, but the interior material is petroleum based, and so the manufacturers are telling me I'm going to have to jack the price up in a month or so. So buy them now. That's what I'm saying.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, my friend Sam told me about it, and
Oh, yeah?
and said he liked his. So
Oh, good.
that's why I got in touch with you.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, I just wanted a free one.
The joy of having your own little podcast.
I'm just kidding.
No, I brought that for you.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, what else do you do?
Well, I'm acting still. In fact, we're doing a movie called Geeks, Gamers, and Zombies, which has sort of like this, a bunch of beta testers in a gaming company, and then zombies attack, and they use their skills that they learned in beta testing to actually go kill zombies.
I know where you can find zombies really cheap.
Really?
Oh yeah, every 6 months or so they have a zombie attack in San Francisco.
Right, the zombie parade or whatever it is,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
they were going to go and film one in Germany. I think they were going to go because
Yeah,
that one has
I've heard of them in other places.
and they attract like 7,000 people all dressed as zombies walking through the streets.
And attacking each other, you know.
Do they attack?
Yeah,
each
if you have if it's prearranged, so if you have a piece of duct tape, I guess, on you, you're allowed to be attacked, and people spray blood on you and attack you and stuff like that. So.
See how much fun that is?
Oh yeah. Lots of
So
fun.
yeah, I think hopefully the filmmakers will get over there. I have my own production company as well, and we're doing a bunch of movies, including the one about Dr. Earl Raymond Rife.
What's that about?
You know Rife?
No.
He was a professor at USC back in the 1930s,
Okay.
who apparently found a cure for cancer and refused to sell to the AMA, and his lab was burnt down twice, and his assistant was poisoned just before a press conference, and he was sued for the rest of his life until 1971 in San Diego. Yeah. And so it's a feel-good movie of the summer, you know. But it's a biopic. It's pretty dramatic, and we're just gearing that one up to start shooting this summer.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that.
Ooh.
I know. Huh? How heady is that? You'll have to put commercials in to clip these different segments.
I don't edit. Rocky does the editing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You never know what Rocky will do. He's heading up Frank Miller right now. So.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was here for 300?
No, we went and Frank Miller's a watchmaker.
Oh, the watchman.
And I got a tour of how they make $20,000 watches. So.
Did you get a free one of those?
No, they
Come
don't
on, Robert.
They don't give out free samples. You know?
What?
They said Elton John doesn't even get free ones, so they said no hope for you, Scoble.
That's so unfortunate. But you must get tons of freebies at this gig.
Once in a while. I usually don't. Actually, you're sitting in a free seat. I got the free seat, $1,000 seat. You know.
What? Where's that from?
I forget.
Really? It's comfy.
It's a Hayworth seat.
Look at
actually.
that. See,
you like it?
Yeah. It's
Well, now they get their $1,000 worth of free PR. Right
there you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
So this armrest slides a bit.
Oh, it all moves. It's a pretty nice chair actually.
Excellent.
I'm gonna make a deal about that's my hot seat. So.
That's a hot seat.
Oh yeah.
It's really comfortable.
Yeah. The Hayworth hot seat.
The Hayworth hot seat. I like it.
I gotta get them to send us more. We need more chairs.
Exactly. So you can have the whole company of people sitting here.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So what do you do on your Mac?
What do I do on my Mac?
Other
Everything.
than watch porn at night?
Never watch porn.
Which is why you needed this.
This is why you need that. No, even now it's getting warm, but you can put it through your pants. It doesn't have to do it. What do I do? I mostly, it's running two companies, a production company and Geek Chic, which makes the chill pack. Web design, I also have my screenwriting programs on here.
Yeah.
Developing all that. I'm trying to think if I have anything actually interesting or cool. When I go to science fiction conventions, I, much like you, bring a camera.
Yeah.
And when I improvise an episode of Star Trek or X-Files or whatever the case may be, I bring the other actors on stage with me as well, and audience members come up, and we just, make fun of the shows that we were in, sort of thing. I film it, dump it into here, burn a DVD, and then have a DVD duplicator and sell the DVDs back to the fans.
Very cool.
So you can go to my website, my personal website, DeanHaglund2 and get any convention that I've been to on DVD.
Very, very cool.
And that's all done through the joy of this little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm switching to a Mac actually. I'm right now switching to it today.
Oh,
and,
really?
So
What
I'm
were you
looking
using
for
before?
cool. I was a Windows guy. I worked at Microsoft for 3 years, so
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I do both. I travel with the Mac because it's so light,
Yeah.
and that 12. But then a lot of the processing we do back at the office is all window-based.
Yeah.
as
Well, you can run both now on these new things.
I heard that.
Yeah,
which
I'm
is
using
fantastic.
Parallels, and it's awesome. So I can run Windows. I can run Windows and OS 10 at the same time and just flip between them.
So it's like a Linux almost platform?
It's not a Linux. It's an emulator that runs on top of OS 10, and it costs $80. Well,
Wow.
plus you have to buy Windows, which is $300, or if you got an old disk sitting around somewhere.
or whatever, how else you get your, you insiders get your stuff. Well, that's so cool.
And it runs Vista or XP, and then you can alt tab between them, or you can run Boot Camp, which is free from Apple, and then you can choose which one boots. So you can boot into Windows or boot into OS 10.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, well, that way you can run all the games on, because there's
See.
still a lot of games that don't run on OS 10.
Right.
Or
And this, perfect for gamers, the chill pack.
Yeah,
I
because the
just think
games keep your processor going.
so much. I had a girl who was.
Now, how long will this last for? A couple
It lasts
hours?
about
or-
1 to 4 hours.
1 to 4 hours.
And then you buy 2 and keep switching them out of the
Ah.
freezer. But even at room temperature, if you're doing low level, it continues to draw the heat into the gel inside.
Yeah.
And so it instead of it acting as a blanket on your table and reflecting the heat back, it continues to dissipate the heat even. So
Like
I
a
just
big heat sink then, huh?
it's kind of a heat sink. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll try it out, see how it works.
Enjoy it. I
Yeah.
hope you love it.
Yeah, well, I got a new 17-inch PowerBook, so
It's
and
perfect.
that thing gets really hot. So
It gets really hot.
yeah,
I just heard somebody say that there was out of Apple they made some high-end thing that actually melted the whole computer. Like they
Oh.
had some test on like some new thing that just as you're typing, all the keys are melting to your fingers and stuff like that.
I believe it.
That's how hot it gets. That's hilarious. So you need a chill pack.
So, anything else going on cool in your life?
Yeah. Let's see. There's kind of some cool things.
So, what kind of clubs do you
The
do comedy?
comedy at?
Yeah.
I sort of tour around. I was just in New York for 2 weeks
Okay.
over at Gotham City Club on 22nd and doing the what's it called? Stand Up New York, 76. And then, let's see, on my website has my tour dates, but if I recall, I think I'm in Wisconsin.
Oh boy!
In September, yeah, so some of the big hot spots.
Gonna go there for the cheese, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's me, Mark Price, who was Skippy on Family Ties, and Dan Fleischman.
Huh.
I think that's Charles Fleischman,
I
the
don't
voice
live
of
in this
Roger
world at
Rabbit.
all.
Remember who framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Roger Rabbit.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's the 3 of us. I'm not sure.
How did you get into that world?
Well, I was a funny guy at school, right?
Okay.
Even though, so I was like, class clown and the science geek. So in grade 9, I built.
That'll get you beat up.
Wouldn't it? Actually, I gotta say,
Class clown and the science geek. That's a
having to
bad
say,
combination.
You know what? Just before I got punched, I pull a joke out, and everybody would laugh and dissipate all the tension. So I never got into one fight my entire school arc.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of that because the sense of the comedy will save your life, whereas science geek may not. But I think I won a silver medal in
I
Canada.
learned to run fast.
See, I didn't even think of that really. At that point, it
I ran
seemed
4
like,
marathons in high school. So
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. I would just run faster than anybody else.
See, that's smart too.
Yeah.
But except when you're surrounded,
Yeah.
there's not much running room there.
No.
And then that's a built-in audience right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Then you can start riffing on bits. But I built a Tesla coil. Nikola Tesla's
Yep.
we built one of those in grade 9 and won a bunch of science fairs with that. And so totally nerdy. And then to put my way through college, I did stand-up comedy because it was, the easiest way to make cash without having to work. So I was doing stand-up in my entire college thing, and by the time I got out, I was already booked, so it didn't really bother finding a real job.
And where do you get your influences, or how do you? Tell me about the creative process of coming up with a joke.
Well, it's
is it just drinking with your friends on Friday night?
there's a lot of that to it, and seeing bad stand-up also helps because then you go, wow, that's a good concept, but he's totally not developed. If he said this and that, and then by that time it's a whole different concept, and so you can work off bad stuff. So like redoing programming, where it's like a really bad programming, so revamp the whole thing, and you got yourself an incredible piece of software. Same idea. But now a lot of it, what I do is like, whose line is it anyway? So I improvise an episode of The X-Files. People yell stuff out, they come up on stage, the whole show goes off the rails. And then Gary Jones, who's on Stargate, him and I are best of friends, and we both improvise. So when we were at a convention together, we did a show in the 90s called Star Trek the Musical, where he was Kirk and I was Spock. So we donned those outfits again, and we improvised a classic Star Trek episode.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a little nerdy. And then I go to the conventions and sell the chill pack, and there's a hilarious commercial on the front of every DVD where I get beaten up, speaking of which, by a gang. I'm a science nerd, and I get beaten up because I wasn't wearing my corrective shoes. And the phrase is, a computer without a chill pack is like a nerd without his corrective shoes. It runs, just not as fast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hilarious.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming out and seeing
My
me.
pleasure, man.
It's an honor meeting you.
Likewise.
Thanks.
So cool. And enjoy that.
I will.
I hope.
I'll keep my lap nice and safe.
Yeah. You can use it on your table, too. Travels everywhere.
Well, thank you very much.
You bet.
Thanks.